Vol.2 Light rails Cantonese vast fish bath, light industry 8 or 6 ground fighting. This life is a Methodist voice, before there is a sound. This is the sacrifice, between the fish bath. Vol.2 Light rails Cantonese vast fish bath, light industry 8 or 6 ground fighting. This life is a Methodist voice, before there is a sound. This is the sacrifice, between the fish bath. Before there is even or more and, this is to say an edge, there is like a round member's edge. The sky is in the sinking boundary out of one there, this is defined as the sky. This world is for the time. This time, I saw a fish bath. I call this fishing for the moon, and for the bath, indicating to people to see me, and I signal what I'm thinking for others to see. I'm tight sky, the edge of the way of heaven, relationships so feel salty, everything is just moisture, not so much is the dragon, Eileen is the conspirator. The conspirator is the holder. The holder holdingness is a circle in the hand. This method is like the sound of singing. Who can define the song Brother, Bones and Bones? The bones and bones of the body come. This is not following the Tao. This is the corpse of earth, corpses lingering in my ears, not the sound of wind. This sound I define as the sound of sound. Others refer to wake up, like fresh taste of waking. I do not recall him, because I said it is also the sound of sound, after our mouth is indeed, sound of sound, singing. Does this word define whether this sound in Cantonese is this sound? A simple association word is sing money and bank, which means to change copper money and bank. The sound of coin rubbing is singing. Sing. The word chang defines the sound of grinding teeth. The word teeth is the meaning of beginning. The meaning of the beginning is this The meaning of age, from the beginning to a year or teeth, there are teeth, there is evil, there are good and evil, there are right sound and evil sound oblique. Right sound is whether it is right and wrong. Definition, day see so it is a positive sound, extended sound, extended sound. It is the visible positive sustain, it's not the invisible positive sustain. So yes, evil sound is not teaching people to walk the right way. So evil, religious meaning. The sound of grinding teeth is singing. The integration point of teeth. The texture above the teeth is teeth. The teeth are teeth. The feeling of teeth is D sound. So like tongue touching teeth are sound. This stop like teeth silver position so stop. So looking at sunlight or a spot of light. Speech is weak, like the sound of the day. So, like the sound of about. Like the sound of music, you, looking at the sparkle and beautiful crystal. This one has a dan, is the word dan turned out of the flash flying, a point, a heavy, a center of gravity point. A with and, a pupil, a dan is medicine, the elixirs, and, is single is a unit, units. Once established is a unit. Standing up is another unit with a sense of three-dimensionality. The next word in single D is bit. Our time has flown by. Catching this light source. There is a singing from my eyes flashing by. Like a single. A sound of sound is not the sound of the wind. Is the voice. The difference between the human voice and the sound of the wind. The sound of the wind. Human voice. Circulating voice. Wind sound. And body voice. The sound of bones and bones is singing. The wind and wind's rich journey is the sound of circulation. The sound of mixed cars mixed with the sound of cars is human voice. You can hear the voice is the person in the noise. People have body voice, wide voice and human voice, perform and action and voice difference. can be said to be a bit clumsy. What is this word mountain? Two mountains is out. Why there are two mountains? The skin on the skin of the skin rises two mountains. Breaking the skin out, or breaking the skin and up, is out and in. Why people will have human voices go into the ears is the definition of human voice. We say human language. Language is this feeling, he hurt my body, so someone and in and out. The number is reversed, is a reverse silly, like the reverse check, can be the reverse sword, the reverse human face, is my pick a sword, the inspection is my test, there is no anger and anger. That's it, the joy of the human voice. I understand this very well. The whistle of the wind is called howling, all the noise. It can also be said that when the movements of sound following a human movements. Lilis Lai Jing can also be said to be the time to sing this day, can also be said to be Changi, this is the time to declare, also to say that the deer is the time of people's hunger. The sound of Lulu, and the sense of demand, of high, several, expanded, also underland, or closed down, Your Majesty, to give people, other people, than this. It can be seen that the tiger is a tiger, can also be the interests of the house, the interests of the family themselves, are the two protruding pieces of flesh on the pelvis, controlling the operation of the thighs. There is something wrong in the house, and there is also something wrong with the organs. This word defines the beginning of the word car. Why is this part? The word knife's type is not dagger. Dagger is to give you this type. Dagger, this word gave to hunger meaning, not motivation meaning, like a little heavy, and not because a little heavy and power, there are two wheels. One is already very hungry, the second is more hungry, so, this tiger, the house is very hungry. The internal organs are very hungry, just like the meaning of this word is the combination of you and a little backwards. This is a bit like the combination of Japanese, private being backwards, is one's own being backwards, so the meaning of you is almost the same as the usage of modern sense of language. And the opposite of the or arriving su, is not lone ticked up to the right of the sustain, so you is the meaning of its own continuation itself, is this writing, and lone ticked up to the right short sound. Is probably, not a concept, meaning, so there is recycling, like the writing of new or 7 characters, this is in the final sound, not at the end, but in the way of writing, like this. These combinations, with this pronunciation of chair has the end method of dake, chair has dahe. The word ki has a singular meaning, kimin dunjia, heluo tushu. These are because, big can't, produce this can, this can't, this chair nor is the design of integrating integers. It is a peculiar design, suitable for the human body to sit down, and people do not have to sit down. So the chair can have many designs, and sit down is suitable for people, because tired like thieves ki also sent, in the sky also constellation. Control the flow of water lines or water, there is one person character, and there are people who are going the meaning, like a person falling out, or a person working down. Is also the sound of shooting, the sound of divination, the next second of hanging. The time and the land are different. This is the beginning of divination, and the beginning of why. Black. Isn't it also pure black? Is the solution. Is the song is the solution. Uncomfortable. Uncomfortable means the weather is starting to get hot, even in the dark, that is. It's night, is no cool breeze. The weather is not cooling. The weather is not cooling. The light of the day, a little rebound remains in the sky. The ancients do not know what it is called. The modern people do not know what it is called. Like heat in the sky in mid-air, residual red little bits of electromagnetic waves or heat. Eyes cannot feel the skin once. Stay until the night, or that this is the experience of going south. the light of the southern meeting point, the light of the southern red bird. The mathematics of the southern red bird from the mathematics to get something, is to what and what my reaction is, and so on. For example, our dependence, the heat of our skin, is our dependence. The belief in resting a little can be said to be based on what is the lower circulation. That is, the movement is pocket or appearance bottom or to pick up something. To hold something, bracket, or hold something up, this movement message, or the fog up environment, is caused by temperature difference, is in this fog is somewhat not allowed for things, why? What is this, psychologically, for, what, like stomach what, like what like what, in the fog environment, in the absorption contraction breathing action. There is heat at the bottom. This tiger character with a place under the character is also given by the character the number of objects, number element and g, kang heng, s hunger, like sending all the way. Very hungry, unable to walk all the way, deal with such a thing, so there is a result, a few, tiger manage such a thing, shoes, profit has the meaning of a pair of shoes. Defines the grain sound that is not earth given, but a grain sound on the side of the upper and given side, so one side of the upper is the explanation of its right and wrong, like soy sauce. Maybe one side of a taxi, tiger and not the rabbit to sound, Xuan image day and night. Li Jing is the dry sun. There is light Li Jing steaming dry the clouds like small raindrops. The clouds are clicking, the slanting light shines down is Li Zhen Yuan Heng. Detecting such a thing is exaggerated, like a frame through indirect, occasionally, screen. Detect the test of chastity. The signs of chastity are tested. This distinguishes that it is not a Methodist sound, not a wind sound. This said that the word, to, is like die. And it is also the inversion of t or it, but there is one more point. This point is the sound of defining the sound, which is a bit away from this lying, also lying down, away from lying down. This sound is 9 tones in the Yi Jing 1 is the 8 tones, this 8 tones away from the definition of empty sounds, like this there is a window, a warehouse, or a narrow warehouse, expansion. Poor cavity, trapped this new one, this is no in the Yi Jing is otherwise no extreme tai lai. This cross is defined a little more wind, and Cao Jian this sound has the storm of righteousness. What is the storm of righteousness? It is this sound that is gently fried by the wind. It can be said that the wind in the 7 struggles is a horizontal storm flying out to or she means, or no. Like the word, zing, has a native sound, and also has the radical of she, but to does not have the radical of she, so no also has the radical of she, is also is certain. This definitive definition of Guanjian is accurate, and whether this word has sides, then this word is not accurate, flat, so there is the definition of accent. Also an east meaning the rise of the sun, sunrise as east, the gust of wind blows, defines for a while, one day out like an east out, one says such a day. So this this word is also about, not the whole sun, also water, so there is what this sound, and of this word q, like q and, has the meaning of q and exist. No this word like otherwise this word, vetoed otherwise what meaning thought, this vetoed the difference between thought and change idea, change thought crooked, hot, like earth buns leaned, no hot. Also no nor don't, or no or nah no, not now meaning, 8 notes no or not, 8 notes short no, a gust of wind blowing, vetoed the weather, vetoed the clouds. Vetoed the changes in the clouds, oxygen just like the change of this setting sun, oxygen is like why the loudspeaker has a yellow, this is changed by yin, like Zeus's signal. The message of the universe, The evolved car sound is like the sound of walking. Some are more hand shaking, and also hand shaking has this R and R sound. This way, the sound of wind with different signals enters the ears. There is this friction sound like the word fighting. This is a bit pleasant sound. The word A is a very sharp sound. Like the English alphabet is also the A sound. This, like the Chinese word food, is pronounced warehouse word, food word, creation. The B of English sound is ya or ka. This positive tail sound, chuang hong, ch. This is the C sound. Like the symbol of the book, is the first C sound. The master sound is also not the 8 sound. The book and the book are respectively thinner D, like botu yisam. Like traditional, this chuan character also has fu this sound, like doctor, like BC, like saying car this sound, is the third sound, and like the yi sound, is the second sound. There is no such thick text writing. Yin. What do you allow me to do? What do you dare to do? Just like this return to the vulgar. 4 characters happening words, heartfelt fight, loyal to dare. Is UAS rampant, no return to the vulgar. This is a fact that does not fight. Fight has some love, head is hot. This pronunciation of the pronunciation is a bit off sound. Fighting characters is actually 6 tones, 5 characters. The fact that I don't return the fight, like the sound made by the wrist, is looking for me, not dare, not take it, can't find the meaning, the wrist dares. The wrist refused, is the sound, is actually consistent. The whole place is or this 6 or 7 consonants, like real, 10 is ding between this T sound and J sound, there is one more figure. What is 12 dare to sound, is renji, is one sound, tone 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 sound. This means that the number of strokes and buildings on the top depends on the thickness of the sound. And the thickness of the sound depends on the speed of the wind and the distance of the pedestrians and the speed. When the tinnitus rings, the speed is equal to 0. The approximate sound is 0, 1. And the sound is yi or 1, or say you. This definition, transcend or cross, so you is the secret of you. This word is very accurate. This word very familiar to understand what concepts and needs at a glance. From you to knowledge, the word is related, can be said to be connected, associative. The end point of the perspective of this saying or tax is in the middle. The side is the silk. This a thread led to the end. Also did not burst out this many perspective points. Burst out this many perspective points. This sentence shortened is opinions. Opinions produce opinion satisfaction.